What's up, everybody? Welcome to a very special episode of Mix and Mingle. This is very different. You guys see, we're not in my normal studio this time. We're out here in Utah visiting a very awesome guy, Jonathan, who I met randomly at a gig of mine about a year ago, and he generously asked me to come out and shoot his podcast with him, and also offered his studio to me for this. So I want to give a big thank you for that. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you for allowing us to come out and do this here and being a guest and also hosting me, man. Thank you.
Yeah, dude. No problem.
Yeah. So you have a business out here called Ravelution, and tell us about it. Like, what is it all that your goal is? What is your company's brand and the plan?
Cool. So I'm decked out in my Ravelution gear right now, and I'm always decked out in it because, like, represent, right?
Got to.
But so the whole reason I started Ravelution originally was because out in Utah there is, and even in this town, we have ordinances against having dance events, right? Whoa. So it's fucking illegal to have dance events without permits. And so the only places that exist in the town that I live in, which is St. George, Utah right now, that you can go dance at are the bars. And I've played at some of the bars, and they're not really down with electronic music at all. But I love it. I love electronic music. I love the rave scene. I love everything about it, especially the underground. You know, I dig the underground a lot. So originally, I kind of just needed an excuse to buy CDJs.
Hey, we all need that excuse, baby. I mean, I would love to have a pair. I'm still rocking the XZ, so
yeah,
that's awesome. It's beautiful.
The XZ is a pretty good piece of equipment, if you ask me. I'm definitely looking into getting an XZ for some of the other events that I do. But you know, I think what ended up happening was this. I had the idea to start a business for a little while that focused on electronic music, particularly like throwing electronic music parties and raves, really raves. I want them to be like raves as much as I possibly can. And, you know, focusing on creating like a space that encourages PLUR, which is, you know, the peace, love, unity, respect, the code of
the staple of our community.
Yeah. And there was an event promoter that I know who was asking me if he could rent my DDJ Flex 4 or 10, Flex 10. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, you know, but if you could get CDJs, that would be better because that's what the artist wanted, you know? And I was like, I had a little extra money and I was like, you know what, fuck it, bro. I'm going to buy some CDJs.
Hell yeah.
So I did. Long story short, the artist didn't end up using the CDJs, even though I bought them. And he ended up using my Flex 10, and I did provide the equipment for that event and whatnot. But now I had these CDJs, which I did want because I wanted to learn how to DJ on industry standard equipment. So this idea that I had to start this event promotion company, this equipment rental company, you know, and this essentially like company that represents or, you know, promotes DJs that play electronic music in the area kind of came at that time. And it was like, you know what, like, fuck it. Like, let's just do it. Let's apply for the business license. Let's create a website. Let's, you know, start putting it out there.
That's what's up. That's what I love, man. I love it when people just chase their dream and do the thing they want.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about, baby.
Yeah. So that's how Ravelution started. It started actually, I think I looked the other day, I applied for my business license like in January of last year. So it's been going for about a year.
That's awesome. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
The year's a big deal, man.
Yeah. And at this point, we have a solid venue and a couple of solid venues to throw events, and I can host the DJs that play electronic music. And I'm really working on creating an electronic dance music scene in St. George. There's been a couple of other companies that have done it in the past who have tried. They had terrible relationships with the city, and the city became really jaded on electronic music. And at this point,
It's tough.
yeah, at this point, it feels like I have a pretty good relationship with the city of St. George, and we've been able to put on a bunch of events at this venue, which is Oasis Gardens in St. George.
Shout out to Oasis Gardens. We really appreciate you hosting us.
Yeah, thank you for letting me do everything I do here. Alex in particular and Eric, you guys are the best for letting me put on my dance parties here and live my little DJ dreams.
There's great artwork here too. So if you're in the area, come pick up some artwork. If you're on your way to see any of the national parks around here,
Yeah,
swing in and check it out. There's some awesome artwork here for sure.
check it out. You can also buy Joshua trees here and a bunch of other cactuses.
Yeah, go get your own cactus or Joshua tree. We all need
Good
one
luck
of those.
taking that shit on the plane with you.
Yeah, it's a weapon right there.
Yeah, but that's why I started Ravelution.
That's awesome. So you're also a DJ. You I think that's how we met originally. Is we just started chatting
Yeah.
about DJ stuff. And so what type of genres do you play? What's your DJ name? Tell us about that.
Right on. So my I have two monikers right now, which is Rococo, right? And Rococo is all about funky house, jackin' house, groovin' house, like any of that shit that reminds you of the good old funk soul disco days.
Love that. I love that. I love funky house. So
Right?
let's go.
It's so fire, dude.
Shout out to Rococo.
And then yeah, I also play as Rococo. I play ecstatic dances, so I get really into a lot of organic house and like ethnic house, Afro house, stuff that has like a lot of organic sounds in it with that electronic beat.
So that's your house moniker. What's your other moniker?
My other moniker is Pseudo, and that is primarily like anything that is as electronic as possible. So I'll play drum and bass. I'll play breakbeat.
Drum and bass.
Yeah, drum and bass is so hot right now, dude.
I love it.
Everybody's super into it, but it's primarily, like techno, psytrance, and that can be like anything from minimalist techno to hard style, like, anything within that realm that's like 160 BPM.
That fast, that dark 2, 3, 4 a.m. type of music right there. Just
Yeah.
keep going, keep pumping, keep driving.
And it's funny too, because all the gigs that I play out here, usually like when I play as Pseudo, they're like, all right, you're playing at 2, 3, 4 in the morning. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's my time.
That's what
my
keeps
favorite
people
time.
awake. That's one of the things that like, frustrates me about some like promoters and stuff, the way that they book shows. It's like they don't grasp. You can't put somebody like that on early and then go from that to house.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't work like that. You got to work your way up, not down. You can't go down.
So do you know who No Mana is? Have you ever heard of No Mana?
Not off, dude. I'm so bad with this. Is one of my biggest problems in life is names.
Yeah.
Like, I'm horrible with. That's one of my biggest issues as a DJ is like pulling up a name of a song. Like I think about it like the way the song sounds, not the way it's named. I'm horrible with names. So
I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you. I mean, when I play, I don't, and I get a lot of shit for this, but I don't prepare any of my sets ever. I just go up and wing it every single time. And maybe that's lazy, but I got a lot of other shit.
there's art in it. There's absolutely art in it. So
But I went so No Mana is this DJ. He was on Mousetrap for a little while. He does like, I would say it's kind of progressive house. Like,
okay, I love progressive house.
yeah, shit's really good, dude. I mean, he's an amazing producer. Shout out to No Mana if you ever happen to be watching me on anything. But I went up to this No Mana show. Like, No Mana is how I taught myself to DJ. No Mana makes every one of his songs 128 BPM. Right?
That's my bread and butter, baby. I love
Yeah.
128. That's like my favorite for like tech house and like
Right?
it's perfect. And then it's perfect. I love it.
Some people like would say that that's like the golden BPM is 128. Other people I think would say it's 140. I think it's closer to 160.
yeah, you're a fast guy, huh? Yeah, your heartbeat's probably like 140 beats per minute. So
Average.
Yeah, like that's awesome. That's great. Yeah, 128 to me is just like that's what I love to be in, especially because I do like all types of house, but at the end of the day, you know, whenever as it gets later at night, we start to work it up, like you said, and I'll be anywhere from like one. I honestly, you'll never catch me over 135.
Yeah.
Set really, yeah. I mean, that's pushing it for me, and that'd be like a John Summit, like a Palm of Your Hands or whatever, like the Mob, Odd Mob remix. Like that might be like as fast as you'll catch my set.
For real.
Yeah.
Dang, you know, there's just something about the groove past like 140 or at 140
about
for me.
Punching that air for you.
Just like really gets me. Yeah. I mean, I'll lose my shit. Like I'll dance hard for a house set. I'll dance hard for damn near anything, but you bump that BPM up to like 140, 150, man, I will go all night long.
Man,
dude.
everybody's different. I love that. I mean, again, like I said, later at night, that's probably what I prefer anyway, too.
Yeah.
Because, like, house will put you to sleep. It will. it can do that. It has the ability to, like, you might, by 4 o'clock in the morning, you might just sit down on the couch and hear that Boots and Cats and be like,
yeah, bro. I'll tell you, bro. I don't know how explicit I could be on your podcast.
oh, absolutely. I see. I've talked about drugs. I've talked about everything.
All right.
So you don't have to.
I fuck to house music. I like to fuck to house
Hell
music.
yeah, dude. That's what's up.
Yeah, that's like it's
His
like
girl's
really
upstairs,
perfect.
so I hope she hears this and throws it on later whenever they get back to the house
does.
for him.
She knows.
That's awesome. Yeah.
But so like you were saying about the promoters though, I was at this No Mana show. Like I like really dig No Mana because I taught myself how to DJ to like all of No Mana's entire catalog, and like they had some folks on. Now these cats, I met these cats, the DJs before No Mana. They were really cool. Shout out to like Little Dino, but you know they were playing like hard techno before No Mana came on, like that higher BPM. And No Mana, like I said, everything is at 128 BPM. So they had to lower, you know, he did a good job.
Transitioned it out.
Yeah, he did a really good job at like bringing it down from that. But
There's
I mean,
an art to that. There's an art to
Yeah.
it. I mean, that's building the space, and that takes a real professional. I mean, so
Yeah.
shout out to him. I mean, that's obviously why
Yeah.
he was signed to Mousetrap, and he's killing the game because
What-
my man's got the skill. If
He
you can do
does.
that, that's something legit. Because, like I said, it's tough to come in after a techno person
Yeah.
and play house, and everybody's like, it's just tough. It's tough.
well, and I do think it depends on, like I said, like I like playing fast, but I also like know where I'm at in the lineup.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
true. Like that's the thing about playing these smaller shows and stuff and coming up. You know, you're gonna run into a lot of amateurs, and you got to deal with. That's just part of it. That's part of the game. But
Yeah, dude.
so, tell us how you got into being a DJ. How'd you get into this electric music scene? Like, what got you into this world, dude?
So, you know, I was telling you a bit about this. I used to live in Orlando, Florida. I lived there for probably about like 3 years or something. I actually went to school there at Full Sail University.
Okay, shout out to Full Sail. I got
Shout
a couple
out.
friends who went there.
Yeah. Shout out to all the cats doing cool shit from Full Sail and all of that. But while I was going to school there was a cat that I met. He was going to school at Full Sail for music production as well, and he was a DJ. He was from Italy. Dude, I'm going to shout him out. I don't know if he's going to see this, but Alex Fulinati. I'm probably fucked
Shout
up
out to
your name.
Fulinati.
I probably fucked up your name so bad, but you know. I'm American. What do you expect? Bro?
Yeah, for real. You can't expect much from us.
But this cat was like a deep house producer and deep house DJ. And he was really into it, and I was doing a lot of drugs at the time, you know. And there were a lot of days where I would just go over to dude's apartment, and he would just mix, and I would just hang out with him while he would mix, and I'd get so into the mix, you know, that I started to like notice all the little differences and the things that he was doing, like when he was playing deep house. And I was like, this is really fucking cool. Like, this is really cool, the way that you can create and curate like this journey
Yeah, it's the
through
best.
songs, you know. So he would take me, I mean, he took me to every gig he was doing out there, bro, just because I think he liked having a friend that appreciated it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and it was like every single weekend we were going to a club and people were playing deep house, or he was playing a gig, and I'd be there. And the other thing that was fun too is he would just find drugs just randomly at the club, and he'd be like, yo, like, take this. And so it'd be
like that as a DJ. You'll go up to a booth sometimes and there'll just be like a white bag, like a bag of white powder there, and you're like, what the fuck? Somebody left their bag.
I guess it's yours now, huh?
It could be. It depends. Depends on what it is. I mean, usually you have to find somebody to test it for you first.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put some random shit in my nose, but I'll find a friend. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that, guys.
I wonder if that's like in the end what he was doing. He was just testing, like,
yeah, you were his guinea pig for sure, dude. He's like, is this ketamine or coke? And you're like,
I don't know.
I don't know, but it was good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so, and I fell in love with that. I fell in love with that scene. I fell in love with the crowd. I fell in love with the music, and I mean, I didn't start DJing right away. I just listened. I just listened to the music and all of that. I tried getting a straight job, tried getting a wife, tried doing like all this shit like that people do in life to be happy, fulfilled, and whatever, be like a fucking...
a 9-to-5er, huh?
Yeah, like a regular ass person. And that shit sucked.
Fuck yeah, it does.
It sucked. I just didn't like it. It didn't vibe for me or whatever. And I was staying at this art collective after I tried doing that whole life. And one of my friends was like, oh, I'm teaching myself how to DJ. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's something I wanted to do at one point. And I had like lost this job that I had and all this other shit. And I was like sitting there unemployed or whatever and being like, what the fuck do I have to lose? Like, why don't I teach myself how to do this thing that I wanted to learn how to do for so long? So that was about, I'd say like 2 years ago or something, that I bought my first deck. It was the Pioneer DDJ 200.
Hey, a lot of people start with that bad boy right there. That's like that's the go-to starter, baby. There's nothing wrong with that.
It was so funny because I started on that, and then I was like, this isn't doing enough for me. And then I got the DDJ Flex 4, and then I went over to the Art Collective again and played on their sound system, right? I thought I was sounding really fucking good.
Yeah, right. Isn't that the funniest thing when you hear the difference in the sound card and you're like, damn.
Yeah. Or just even the speakers, like in the speakers, And I played on their big ass speakers, and I was like, holy shit, I suck. And I was like, so then right after that was probably only 4 months after I got the DDJ 200, I got the Flex 4, and then I was like, I need better speakers, so I bought like the Mackie 215 thumps.
That's what I have, yeah.
Yeah, I love those speakers. So I could hear the quality of what the fuck I was playing and how I was mixing.
That too, yeah.
Probably another like 4 months after that, I bought the DDJ Flex 10.
Just work your way up. That's how you're supposed to do it, really.
Yeah.
I just went straight FLX6 to XZ.
Yeah.
And I mean,
that's a good move.
Then I played the XZ is basically the same thing as CDJs. Mm-hmm. So as soon as I got to clubs, I already knew what I was doing. Like I had to watch like one video just to make sure I had everything where it needed to be, and then we were good to go. So yeah, I mean that's awesome. And what I was saying before is like I'll never forget the first time I plugged in the XZ after I'd been playing on the FLX6. Yeah, and the sound card was just so much better on that XZ that like the quality, I was like, holy shit, I should never. Like throw this thing's a toy. Like it is. Honestly, like it's not a professional device at all. And it's something that kind of drives me insane when I go to clubs and I see people using like the toy mixers. But again, when you're playing like open format, you can kind of get away with that. There's no problem with that. Yeah, especially if you like the club doesn't provide their equipment and you have to carry shit, because that XZ is a bitch to like carry to venues, dude. I had to buy like the flight case or the roller case because like dog, you're just lugging that thing around for like a mile walk down.
For real.
Because you can't park anywhere near the venues. So it's just like, so nothing wrong with it. It's just funny when you hear that sound quality difference and like the what your money's actually being paid for. Because a lot of people are like, why would I buy that? There's no, and then you plug it in and hear it, and you're like, oh yeah, this is what I'm paying for.
I mean, you buy that, right? You buy that because you want to play main stage, because you want to play in like the clubs that actually know what they're doing and give enough of a fuck to like have industry standard equipment.
Exactly, and it's tough nowadays. And I mean, I'm sure you know, because you're out here, and like the industry standard is not met whenever you're playing smaller venues and bars.
That's a flex sport. All the bars here in St. George, Utah, and I hope you're watching this, dude. I hope you're fucking watching this. All of you bars in St. George, Utah are fucking flex floor.
Go buy an AZ.
Flex floor fucking toy controller bars. You know what I mean? You've got great quality DJs in there, right? I'm not going to talk shit on any of the DJs, right? I will always talk shit on every single bar in St. George, Utah. But all of the DJs, and I'll fucking shout you out, fucking, Good and Plenty, Vexify, fucking DJ Harmony, and fucking, oh shit, I can't remember his name right now. Shit. Damn, I really wanted to shout this guy out too because he's phenomenal. You know who I'm talking about. You play at fucking Spiritual every goddamn weekend. Y'all are fucking dope-ass DJs, and you're getting paid way less than you deserve, and it's because the bars don't give a fuck. Plain and simple.
Unfortunately, that's and unfortunately
Thanks
the way.
for letting me rant.
No, you're good, buddy. The way things are now is like anybody can pick up a set of decks, and these bars, they just don't respect the DJs the way that they used to. And I mean, I'm sure the DJs are to blame for that a little bit too, because there's guys who just will sell themselves out for nothing. There's guys who'll do the show for 2 drink tickets. And it's just like, bro, have some self-respect. Like you learned this art, you learned this art form, you learned how to like create something. Why would you give it away for free? You fuck. You're fucking us all. Like, you're fucking us all, dude. Stop that shit. Like, stop doing shows for free. Stop doing shows for drink tickets. Like, grow the fuck up and have some self-respect and, like, demand your worth. That we can all demand our worth as a group, or else we're going to have to start a fucking DJ union.
We should.
Like, and what will happen is they'll just make fucking Spotify take our jobs. So...
yeah.
Fuck, stop doing that shit,
DJ
dude.
AI.
Just do it for fucking some money, please.
It does kind of blow me away because like a lot of people, I like on the low end of like what I charge to DJ is like $100 an hour on the low end. And a lot of people give me the response of like, damn, that's expensive. And it's like, well, then you do it. Like,
yeah, if I'm bringing equipment, especially, like,
yeah.
Dude, what? Like, what are you talking about? I had to pay for all this equipment.
Yeah.
I'm the one who had to learn how to use all this stuff. Like we said before, I'm a sound guy. I'm a fucking lights guy. I got lasers. I got fucking movers. I got all these things to make this show something special. Fog machines and all the stuff to make this event something special that you didn't have. So you pay for that. You got to pay for that. Like, that's just how that works.
The same way you pay anybody else.
Just like you would pay exactly for somebody to come lay your floors or fix your roof.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, man. And it is. It's like wild to me like that because it's like, I mean, I've played plenty of gigs for exposure. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I mean, and when you're starting out, sure, you got to do what you got to do to get yourself out there and get your name going. But still, like, try to at least get a $50 for your hour. Get something for your hour, like $50 minimum for an hour for like if you're like new.
Yeah,
like you got to get something. 2 drink tickets ain't cutting it.
And like I just calling out the bars again. I hate to do this. Their fucking money is in liquor sales. You know what I mean? And I think this is something that I really wish somebody would have taught me, but because we're DJs, because essentially like the majority of us are self-taught, the majority of us like take the initiative to like do the thing. There's nobody there to teach you this stuff. But I have a good DJ friend who lives down here, and he like really made this clear to me. He's like, like if you're playing a gig, ask for a percentage of drink sales. If the bar has
that's-
no cover.
Yeah, that's a big
You know?
one. If you can do that, if you can get that, that's a good way to make yourself a little something. That's what we used to do. That night that I met you,
Yeah.
that's what we used to do. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to find a way to get it in there, and especially if you can bring some heads in there and create an experience or create something like a night there that is
An experience.
It's going to happen every week or so. Work with that bar and try to work something out to get you a little more, and like maybe get a little bit of the door or a little
Right.
bit of the drink sales if there's no cover. Like you said, like you got to get a percentage of something. Maybe you don't do it for the first few shows and you
Sure.
build up a crowd, but you got to do something, because like this is a whole career. This isn't a charity.
It could be. It could be a whole career. I
It
feel
should
like,
be. It should be your career if you really love it and it's something you want to
Yeah.
do. And the only way it can be your career is if you hold yourself to that standard.
and I feel like there's a lot of people who like look at it as if it's a hobby, but like, you know what I mean? And a lot of these people who look at it as if it's a hobby, like they wish it was a career, you know? But, you know, so
The difference is
You just gotta
doing it.
take that step.
Yeah, the difference is making it your career and
Right.
actually holding yourself to that standard. And yeah, that's what it takes, guys.
Yeah.
Just do it. Just hold yourself to that standard and charge the bar for the money. And if they don't do it, then don't fucking play that
Don't
night.
fucking
Go
play.
home and play on TikTok or something, and you'll probably earn
Yes.
$50. You'll
Yes.
probably earn $50 on TikTok.
On TikTok.
If you fucking do that
Yeah.
consistency, and then
Or-
you're making money and a fan
or
base.
fucking Twitch or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. But
you know?
like, don't accept that. That's just not. Yeah, these guys, they fuck you. They're businessmen, and you got to be a businessman
Gotta be a
too. You got to look
businessman.
out for yourself. You got to respect yourself, and you got to hold yourself to that standard.
Damn straight.
Now, that being said, it's time. It's time to kick this thing into the next level. My man has the CDJs we were just talking about all set up over here. We're gonna watch this man throw down a stellar set for us. I don't know what genre we're gonna stick to. It doesn't matter. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. We're gonna love it. Can't wait to do it, man. You got any plugs for us? Anything you wanna shout out?
Yeah, so follow my podcast on YouTube. Right now, you can also listen to it on Spotify, but it's just the interviews, so that's kind of boring. But it's Ravelution on Spotify, Initiate Ravelution on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram, Initiate Ravelution. You know, if you happen to be in fucking St. George, Utah, just 45 minutes away from Zion National Park, right, and you're looking for EDM events, I'm the guy.
If you're in Vegas, even it's like an hour and 30-minute drive. But I mean, support some locals, support someone small. If you got a week or so in Vegas, hit this man up, see if he has something going on, and come out and support him. I mean, that's what it's all about. Maybe you might end up playing in a show in Utah one day. You never know. I mean,
Bro.
that's the best opportunity is to support. Best way you can grow yourself and grow your brand and do what you want to do is to support people like us. So
Legit.
make sure you follow him. Make sure you give him some love and comment on his stuff, and subscribe to his YouTube channel. Also, make sure you subscribe here and follow me at Brighton_DJ as well. And comment below. Make sure you tell us if you like the shit, if you like his set, if you like what we're doing here. Comment, let us know. We gotta keep this thing going, and the best way to get it into people's algorithms is you guys interacting with it. So make sure you guys do that for us, and stick around for the set. It's gonna be awesome. See you guys later.
Peace.
The new generation's music will be it might rely heavily on electronics. I can kind of envision maybe one person with a lot of machines. Using machines.